Hi everyone, welcome to ScoreCraft PlayStation Live number 52. My name is Goni Peles and I'm joined by Yuval Adler, Shira Agmon and Taibah Orpin. The plan for this session is to playtest a new short campaign I'm developing for an upcoming performance at the Diving Between Disciplines Music Tech Conference, which Yuval and I are co-organizing with other partners at Bar-Ilan University. We'll start by trying to play the campaign from beginning to end, and then we'll talk about it. Let's get started. Oh!
Hey.
Okay,
Okay.
Goni, I'm sorry. The game stopped whenever they played. Is that correct? Like I didn't see anything.
There was a moment
when there was
when only they played.
yeah, but I didn't see the game at all.
Yeah, you just see the table if you are
Yeah.
a player,
Oh,
but you
okay.
can open the link in another tab and click on continue as audience, and then you will see.
Oh.
I
It
think
took me embarrassing amount of time to remember that there were killers and realize that I was one and I wasn't just meant to hit the targets.
yeah, there were actually a few bugs. Yeah, other than this thing that just crashed the game, which I actually need to change. So we'll move to Visual Studio Code. And see
Ooh, does
me,
this mean we get to go to code on the live stream
we
again?
we see the code in the live stream. There are some things which are obvious that I need to change. So I've been tweaking it in the train, like 2 hours ago. So that's one thing. There should have been captions and titles already at the beginning. So that's something I'd be interested in your opinion. But like the titles and the relation to the games. But let me just see if I can fix the other bugs that there were. So one thing, Taibah or Yuval, who won the first game?
I thought you did.
You is
What was the first game?
the gaps when you had these
Oh, I
two
did.
levels.
I did.
You did, okay. So it was supposed to be the other way around, that the losers get to play. So let's see.
I feel like I was doing quite well, but who knows? I might have just been telling myself that.
Yeah, it should reverse the leaderboard. Maybe it happens after you get points. No. Oh, maybe it does. Do I have something like that? Okay, I think I understand. Sorry. Let's move this here. And then the next thing that didn't work was that, okay, so the losers play alone the touch game. Then the other players should come as achievers, and the players who played touch should be killers. Which I think this worked because you became killers after you played it, and then Shira and I were achievers, and then there should be a change that the achievers become killers and the killers become achievers, which also didn't happen, right? Because we were still the achievers. So this is here. It should work. Ah. Right. Okay. So we fix that. And then the crash. Why did it crash?
This is very terrible non-joke. But why did it crash? And let's say that it's because of one wrong character. Then the answer is because of the symbol. But crash symbol with a C.
What?
Never mind.
I enjoyed that, but you were met by stony-faced silence elsewhere.
I mean, what I could do, and I guess that's the thing to do, is to check the logs rather than guess. Type error, cannot read properties.
Man, I'm
of
tired after today.
function.
Goni and I started the day at 8 a.m. with like a Zoom conference with administrators asking us about
Money.
the most, yeah.
I thought
This is
I
on
thought you were gonna say,
YouTube.
ask us
This is
about
on YouTube.
admin.
Exactly. This is on YouTube, so let's say bureaucracy.
Yeah.
And leave it at that.
It was a really nice meeting, I must say.
Yeah, no.
I
it was
enjoyed it
perfectly
very
fine.
much.
It was just
This is
8
some
a.m.,
great
which is a little
backpedaling.
early for like
Yeah.
that kind of conversation.
I mean, who doesn't want a bit of the bureaucracy to go with their breakfast at 8 a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not going to try to debug this here now in front of you. I think it's better that I just comment
I feel
this
like-
out.
Whatever needs to happen will be much easier after, like, today.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if you were going to say it'd be much easier once you're off the live stream.
I mean, is anyone watching? Hello, YouTube Void, are you there?
I mean, in fairness, I have it open just because I was curious what the code was like. So there's at least one
Cool.
person.
Oh, we can see him debugging it. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's part of the. Yeah. So what I'm. So the idea was with the thing that crashed. Was I don't know. That after the achievers killers, then we play in teams, and the teams are created by one achiever and one killer and another achiever. So it kind of changes the. There are a lot of things that I think will become clearer in a bit.
Just out of
I
curiosity,
just had a funny idea where you said that. Could you imagine if you had one of the games where you had an achiever and a killer, but they were connected with like one of the more stretchy of like the strings?
I have an idea about what might have caused the thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to cut the suggestion off. I don't know when you're like indexing us to decide how to shuffle us,
Mm-hmm.
but I joined the game, I think first or whatever, maybe second. And then I saw everyone choosing weird names and I hit back, but it wasn't the name selection, it was just the microphone thing, and so I just said confirm and came back into the name screen as the last person.
Yeah, we were both the last people to join.
So I was like, I was first, and then I went back and in again, and then I was last on the list. Did that screw something up, maybe? I don't know.
No, I don't think it should. I don't think it should have.
No, but I think it was the joining order, as in the two last people who joined who ended up going through to the like game.
Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
that's I
That
already
was-
that's I already fixed.
Cool.
That was something that's.
I thought you had, but I wasn't sure if that's what Yuval was getting at with the.
No, I thought maybe I screwed up his indexing by joining and leaving and joining. I don't know.
No,
You are
just,
player 1 and 4.
Exactly.
I think now it should work. Let me just check. Yeah, okay, this is also good. And you will also see the opening titles, which is then we can. But that's I guess something I'd like your opinion, thinking about the performance. Um, okay, so let's zip it and upload and deploy. Taibah, do you want to say your idea now while we're waiting for the...
I mean, I kind of said it already, but I was just thinking, wouldn't it be funny if you had a game where you had an achiever and a killer and they were attached with one of the sort of strings?
Mm.
So
It's like, logistically, I don't think it'd work very well, but maybe if they killed very, very slowly.
well,
And it
I
was
mean, no,
kind
no,
of
no.
the case
I
as the
think it does
achiever
work
where
if
you're always
everyone
trying
is
to
a
like elasticate away.
if everyone is a killer prey combo, then they work as a pair, and the killer tries to navigate towards
Ooh,
the
yeah.
others that they meet and like not expose their their soft belly to the other team. I guess it becomes this weird
be-
jousting match.
To be honest, I wasn't thinking of it in that way, but I feel like that would work. Like, particularly in one of the touch games and some of the ones where you can stretch quite far as well from each other.
Yeah, definitely something that could work. I think there was some old scenario where it was about teams of killers and achievers, where the idea is that the killer is trying to kill the other team's achiever, and the achiever is trying to win the scenario.
So you just need to bring that back and add an elastic band thing or a non-elastic band thing.
Yeah. It's actually funny because I want to recreate that scenario because currently it's not available on ScoreCraft because some developments, and I think it would be very nice if in like I don't know 1, 2, 3 months we try it, and this is kind of a full circle, seeing how much nothing has changed in like 3 years of development. Yeah, and it will still be the one of the most sophisticated scenarios, which is also funny.
Yeah, what have you been doing for the last 3 years, Goni?
Ask Shira.
Conferences.
Theses.
Yeah. There should be a link. Or,
I liked
no.
how he said, "Ask Shira."
Let's keep talking about that later. Just keep here an audience.
Let's
Whoops.
not
Me.
keep talking about it now.
This can be an audience. Okay. Let's start.
Oh, I was so close. Sorry.
Oh.
What?
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Wow! 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 Wow!
I was not good at that.
Yeah, that was really hard, I have to say.
It was like the saddest self-congratulatory. Yay!
I thought you were laughing at the fact that none of us moved.
Okay, what are we doing? Alright, this is all over the place.
Oh, what? Where am I going?
Ah,
Oh, God.
That's the best I've ever played that game. I actually moved in a direction I wanted to go twice.
ooh, ooh, ooh,
I think we have to. I need to somehow go up because we can't. We don't fit. Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I won.
Wait, how did you win?
What even
Is this
happened?
rigged?
I'm way too tired for this. The jittery like motion just yeah.
Did, did it make some, was it glitchy for you as well, or was it just me?
No, it was fine. It was just comical. I don't know.
Okay. I had lots of glitches, but maybe it was just me.
When you say glitchy, do you mean like freezes and stuff
Yeah,
like that?
freezes.
Oh
I
yeah,
had I had
too.
a couple, but I
Especially at the
wasn't sure if it was just
beginning.
my connection, to be honest.
Especially at the beginning, I had a lot, and then it kind of maybe it's like deployment destabilized the server or something. I don't know.
Mine also.
But not enough glitches not to come first.
I've tried my best. Yeah.
At the beginning, the like four of us for this last game, it's like I don't know, maybe he drank poison or something, like Bugs Bunny, and he goes through like these series of like. That's like the four of us at the beginning, like
And the shape of the line, you mean?
just it seemed like some kind of jerky animated skeleton.
Cool.
Thank you
I
for
like
your
the cool where it's
contribution.
like, that was exactly what I was going for. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. The other minor stuff that I want to change. I mean, the different things. There's a question about whether these control schemes are appropriate and suitable for the performers that will play, which is something to be, yeah, to
I
consider.
think a question
It feels a bit
related to
short.
that. Sorry.
It's certainly short for like having the audience have time to understand what the hell sorry is going on.
And it's not, there is not enough time for them, I think, to read them. I mean, because they don't really, they new for the to the game. I'm pretty sure that they will read the information they have, like in the left corner of
Do you mean the
of the
performers?
screen.
Rather than any
Yeah.
art? No, we will
Yes.
practice it. I think it's more for the audience if they will
It's
understand.
not enough. They won't understand it. It's too much. It's too fast. Everything. It's too. I think. I mean.
Okay. try to choose games where it's like at the beginning it's pitch left right and then it changes and it's
I think musically it works really well, but
what do you think about the
I think
titles between do they contribute something, are they too banal or cliche?
They contribute. Uh,
not cliche. I
maybe
won't say.
yes to both. Like they contribute.
Mm.
I mean, are they too? But I don't know. Maybe they're not.
I will say this, and this might just be more reflective of where I was focusing more on like the game and the fact that I think all of us are tired. But I read them at the beginning and I kind of stopped processing them about partway through the game.
That's
So
actually.
I kind of
No, that's stuck with me.
I was gonna say I think I got to like I still read the like and then the others came before the killers, and that's probably the last one that I mentally processed personally. But I think it's like different their role as like a player and an audience so as well, because I think when you're the sort of player you're very much thinking about the next game, whereas if you're the audience watching, I think they feel different maybe.
I think it helps the audience to understand who is against who and why. I think the titles are actually working for the audience, and also for for the players as well. I mean, they know what to like how to predict the new game that will come. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you say, okay, now it's diverse.
Oh yeah,
and
they
we
said
are
now
changing.
we're together. I read
Now
that
we're
one
together.
as well, and I was like, guess what's coming next?
Okay, so guess what's coming next? Okay, we're gonna play together. So it actually works. I mean, for the audience, this is how I felt.
I think it's it kind of creates a bit of a story as well, where it starts
Yeah,
with everyone
a storytelling.
competing as themselves. Then you have like the achievers and the killers, and then you go to working together in like pairs, and then working together as a group.
Yeah, good. That was
What
I
you were
was.
after.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the first title, I don't know if you remember or process that, but that would be the idea
In
is
the
that
beginning,
In the
so
beginning.
before that,
the
Ah,
and
which
that's
one was it?
the title
The
of the
chamber
campaign,
music.
the chamber music,
Chamber music.
and yeah, so the idea is kind of to explore different player interactions and how they create kind of relationships between the players, and the chamber music metaphor is kind of because it is chamber music in a way.
I agree with that, but the first thing, like when you said that, and like the brain cranked into slightly more motion than it had for about the last 2 hours, was that one of the main like chamber music ones I think of is almost more of like your sort of soloist and accompaniment sort of style ones and stuff like that, which is one of the ones that is not present in this at all.
Which one is it? The solo and
Kind
the
of like, yeah, sort of where you've got sort of like a solo line in one of the instruments and then the sort of other three accompanying. I guess thinking like, because for chamber music, my brain just first goes to string quartets. I'm not sure why, but that's like a really common texture for that.
Yeah.
Which, in fairness, if we based on thinking that it maybe seemed quite short, maybe that is an additional texture that could be added.
Yeah, I'm not sure which game actually creates that specific texture.
You could have like an achiever and killers and just have it so the ratio's like flipped, so you've got 1 versus 3.
But is it necessarily
Or actually no, do you know masking? Masking would work really well for that actually.
yeah.
I don't know if it's called masking
Also,
now I've said that.
Yeah.
like one round of like digger thing, and so I mean it's more of a call and response, but you still have
Yeah.
like the other three have a chance to win. The digger just digs because maybe they won the previous one, but it's still
Yeah,
And
maybe
that's how we can
that's-
even out the
that's the solo
leaderboard
part.
slightly more as well.
Hmm. I wonder, would it, because currently there's just these two games. I think the masking game is pretty complex to understand, for sure for the audience, but also for the players, given that we don't have a lot of time. So I did try to kind of limit myself to just these two games, so both the audience and the players can understand it.
I still think though, like even if you had, I realize that this also isn't a parameter that exists in this game, but it's kind of close to. If you were to take something like touch and you had, and if like either the kind of brightness and darkness, or and sort of something pitch, if you had one player versus three, that would kind of give that texture. Or the first thing I thought of would be if you had long sounds versus like staccato as well, could work. Not that long sounds as a parameter, but
Yeah, no, it's not in touch. The end, it's long sounds and short sounds, but it's everyone together. I wonder, so if I could make it so that the last player in the fall scenario is the only achiever in the next touch, and then you get a solo, which is not really chamber music, but then yeah, I don't think it will be in terms
yeah,
of
I
the
don't
game,
think you'd
like,
want.
yeah, it will
Can
be.
I ask
I
why
d-
it's so important to have to make it as a chamber music? Is it
Oh, that's the
something
title.
that?
That's the
Yeah, but
title
why?
of the. Because I thought, why?
Why did you go
No, I
with
mean-
this concept?
well, we don't have any other piece in the concert that is voice and percussion, and so having a piece for ensemble was a desirable thing.
Yeah.
I've got to be completely honest with you about. I thought you were going to answer with why. With well, we didn't have another piece for the concert, and just leave it at that.
That is also partially true.
We are streaming, guys. So.
There may or may not be a glitch in the live stream when we see the recording again.
Yeah, with a beep, long beep. No, but to answer seriously about it, I mean, except from this kind of melody and accompaniment, which I'm not sure if I really associate it with chamber music as like, if it's not kind of more, I guess it is, I don't know. I thought more about kind of, not a strict solo and accompaniment, but kind of relationships between the instruments. So it could be maybe one phrase that you are leading, and then another phrase that I'm leading, and this kind of correspondences between the players. And I thought that exploring different relationships between game players could be something similar, or could kind of tap to this idea. Yeah, and
That
also,
reminded me. Sorry. I was going to say, it reminded me a bit of, I think, is an idea we said with one of the other games like a few weeks ago, where it's the idea that you're like so far behind another player. I think it was in gaps. But I feel like that could be quite fun if you had it with like a really like strict length, longer bar in the gaps.
in tunnels, I think you meant last time.
Yeah, in tunnels, but if you did it with like the gaps, so that actually you can't be closer than like that distance, so you're kind of like navigating with someone going ahead and the other player is kind of like further behind, so it's almost like that's a canonical thing. That could be, because what you desperately want is to in the next 2 weeks have to come up with a completely new variant of one of the existing games, but that could be fun as well.
No, I just wanted you originally to reassure me and tell me, yeah, this is great. Keep up the good work.
We've done a great job of it so far, haven't we?
Yeah. Yeah. There's also this kind of subtext, which it starts with a race and it ends with a co-op mode, and I don't know if that's going to be the last piece at the conference, but kind of finishing with everyone's working together now is in a way message that we want to convey. But I thought about it more as a kind of subtext.
I mean,
thing.
unless of course they don't make it and they start shouting at each other, and the piece ends with the dead just being, "No, you need to."
Yeah, it could
What
happen.
could go wrong?
It could happen given previous performances.
Is that when you just have to slip in like an extra bonus piece where it's like, and now the people just online are going to play a lovely co-op mode?
Yeah. Okay. Good. Anything about the titles, like remove them, change them,
No.
add.
I think they're fine. I mean, keep
No,
them for
no,
sure,
no,
but I
yeah.
wonder. Yeah, they're fine. I
They're
need to read
fine.
them when I'm not
As tired.
Yeah.
I think they work well and they give it a good narrative, but I
Yeah.
think where the first one says in the beginning, it kind of makes me think creation story, and I'm not sure if that was intentional or not.
Hmm.
I mean, you could just say it starts with a race.
So be less kind of. I mean, I did thought about like in the beginning there was what was the
That
What
sounds
was
very
the-
like capitalist. In the beginning, there was like competition.
yeah. I mean, it's also in a way like imitation is one of the earliest polyphonic forms. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not sure I really want to go this route of trying to give narrative to the whole creation of music or chamber music or of polyphony in general. Yeah, maybe it starts with a race or something like that. Would be less
Dramatic.
and grand. Do you think that adding like short video clips would add something, or would it make like an expectation for the graphics of the game to be less raw, let's say?
I mean, really depends on the video, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course, but I mean, assuming my sources can be either these copyright-free videos, or I don't know, I ask from the AI to generate some stuff for me.
I really enjoyed it for the last piece. I'm not sure I see it quite so much at this point with this scenario, but I'm also fascinated if you took the game and asked AI to create videos to put in the middle as to just what it would come up with.
Yeah.
Or we just had the guy who spoke at the conference today was like, "Oh, you can just give it a muted video and it'll suggest the best song for it. So like, give it a ScoreCraft video. Maybe it'll give you like Pong music. What's the music for Pong? Is there a?
Oh, that's just sounds.
No, yeah. Just
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
And then what you need to do, I don't know. Do you reckon you could give it like just the audio and get it to create a video then for the ScoreCraft game? 'Cause that'd be hilarious if you got it to do audio
Especially-
for the video, then video for the audio.
Especially for the two killers and the two, it's like boop boop boop, and then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It
But-
could
but
be
you th-
interesting. I mean,
You think
Could
it's
be
also does it also work as is with this kind of
Yeah.
black and white?
yeah.
Okay.
I think I do like something in between though. I think it's quite nice having either the titles or like a video possibly, just because it does thread it together quite nicely.
Hmm.
But
I thought maybe to combine the titles with the video, so you have the title, then the title maybe fades out and there's a video, or the title on top of a video. Yeah, we'll see. I think that there should be, if we meet again in 2 weeks, there will be time to try it again before we do it at the conference. I will be able to both fix some of the bugs I noticed and maybe give another go at the titles, like see if I can change. I doubt I will have time to make videos. So thank you for not
Yeah.
saying it's absolutely necessary. And
well, now you've said that.
yeah, cool. Thank you very much. That was really useful. Any other comments before we wrap it up?
Good night.
Good night. Great.
Good night.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing. See you in the next section. Goodbye.